Now today this is an 89 Chevy. I put a carburetor on it. I'm going to change this distributor into a HEI distributor that I ordered off the internet. Now I went online and that is exactly the distributor I bought. So go back to here. The very first thing I did was my coil was down in here, right down in there, and I unplugged it and I put my tester on it, and I found out that this is where when I turned the key on, that first one there was the one that had the 12 volts running to it. Now I got the book out right here. Here's my distributor. Now this is the 6-cylinder engine, and the firing order is 1, 3, 2, 4, 6, 5. You go over here and it's an 8-cylinder. Firing order is 1, 8, 2, 4, 6, 5, 3, 7. So I go down here where my spark plug is, and I follow the wire, and I know that's number 1. And then mark them all. I took the fan cover off, and then I'm down here. I got marks, the white marks, and I hooked up my right here, my timing light, positive to positive, negative to negative, and right here, number 1 spark plug. You're gonna see what the timing is before I do anything else. You can see it way in the back there. Well, up here in the engine thing, there's this right here. I've seen it on the internet. You gotta take that apart because that goes to the computer. That's what tells the computer to advance this one. So I unhooked it and it's not advanced. Now I checked the timing, and then after that, what I did was I made a mark down here and right up here on the rotor cap. I want that to line right up. That's how I know number 1 cylinder is where it should be. Now I'm getting a bolt out of the distributor so I can take the distributor out. I got that out right there. I made a chisel mark so I know exactly where that goes in. Now I'm going to try to pull the distributor straight out. And as I'm pulling it straight out, you see how this turned a little bit? So I know when I put my HEI in, I got to put it right there to make it go straight. There it is. My distributor. Next thing will be the oil thing. Now I looked at the oil thing, and you got to look way down there to see it, but now I dropped the distributor in. And I had to keep turning it and tapping it and turning it and tapping it, and finally it went in. So, and I had to go 180 trying to get it down into that oil pump thing. So it's in, and now I'm going to put the bolt in and tighten it up. Now I know I got to point in this way, and I know the way this thing goes on is going to be there. So that is going to be my number 1 cylinder. That's pretty close right there. Now we're looking at our distributor cap right here. It's kind of backwards. You see battery and tack. And I hooked it up into the battery, and I went right to my ignition wire that goes into the ignition switch. So that's what's running it. I doubled up on the wires because it looked awful thin. And that's it. I'm just going to hook it all up now. I got it running, and I got my timing set right there where it was. And then I put my hose onto the advance, and there she goes. A little little comment on this. I put a carburetor on this truck and I put the distributor on it. This truck stalled out on me right in the middle of the highway with all that computer stuff a couple times. I replaced it. It's not safe, that computer stuff. I flew airplanes, and this is basically the simple system they got, except they have two distributors with magnetos, and it's safer. It's going to last longer. It's old school, but it's an old work truck, and within a year or two I'll probably be putting it in classic tags or antique tags. But it runs great. I'm happy with it. I should have did it 10 years ago.